Hey, Blue, this intro is really not gonna work.
No, man, it's not. It's unoriginal. It doesn't have anything to do with the game. I mean, it's not witty at all. People aren't gonna... Wait, what? What happened? Where'd he go?
All your show are belong to us.
Hello and welcome to All Your Show or Belong to Us. I'm Isaac Blue.
You want to do the whole home of the viewers review?
Yes, I do. I do want to do
thought
it
you
right.
might.
Yes. Okay. Hello and welcome to All Your Show or Belong to Us, home of the viewers review. I'm Isaac Blue.
And I'm Tiborius. And this week we're bringing you Assassin's Creed 3.
Assassin's Creed is back, and in many cases, better than ever. The concept here really hasn't changed.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? It's the same driving open-world combat vehicle that delivers a visual treat and amazing gameplay experience.
With the new shift in scenery to the American Revolution, and with the tweaks in the formula, we give the concept
5 feathers.
This game is breathtaking.
Seriously, just look at it.
Gorgeous, right? The graphics in this game are wonderful. There is an extreme amount of detail, not only in the environment, but also in the character models.
As always, the range of animations on the main character is immensely satisfying. Seriously, when it comes to getting through environments, Spider-Man ain't got nothing on the Assassins.
With the new addition of being able to scale the rock walls and traversing through the trees, the free running in this game is at its best.
Parkour.
Free running.
Parkour.
Free running.
Parkour.
Free running.
Parkour.
Free running.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Free running.
There you
Crack.
go.
Free running. The combat visuals in this game are just plain visceral. While I understand and agree with the shift in fighting styles, I don't really like it, but it's still immensely pleasurable to watch.
And with the huge variety of attack and defense animations, you're going to want to try out that new sword.
Or hit somebody with that new club.
Or just choke somebody out.
Now, Ubisoft went to a lot of effort to make this world feel as real as possible. There's even an achievement/trophy of just sitting there and watching and appreciating the range of motion that they gave to the people in their world.
That being said, there are a few beefs I have. It's sad to say, but there is a good amount of clipping that happens in this game while you're watching two things interact. Be it somebody sitting halfway through a table,
or just having two guards kind of meld with one another while you're trying to fight. It's just inevitable in this style of game due to processing restrictions, but you just can't help but notice it.
The other problem we have with the visuals in this game is the character animations while they talk.
Now, don't get me wrong. When it is a cutscene, it's gorgeous to watch these people interact. But when it's gameplay cutscenes, let's just say that the animatronics at Disney World are a lot more convincing.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. So, with one of the most visually appealing games I've ever seen.
But with just a couple of issues you can't avoid.
We get the visuals 4 feathers.
You're gonna notice a very strange sensation when you boot up Assassin's Creed 3. Now, I don't want you to worry. Those are your ears. They're thanking you. They're not accustomed to having such high-quality noise perforate your drums and reconnect that pleasure center of your brain that they thought closed forever.
You're like a poet. This is a high-quality, top-tier orchestration, people. Enjoy it.
The music flows expertly throughout the game, never missing a pivotal moment.
It's the best of both worlds. Not only is it enhanced, but this time, you notice it.
And this time, noticing it, it's a good thing. Now, however, the sound effects fail to deliver on every occasion.
Wait, what? Really?
I'm just kidding with you. Thought I was serious about the sound effect, you crazy kid. Go home, play with your ballers. Okay, seriously, the sound effects in this game are so good that it's not a sound effect. You're just like, of course, that's the natural sound that would make.
The vocal performances in this game are some of the most compelling that I've ever heard. The beauty of the story unfolds so well through these actors.
In fact, the only issue, if you even want to call it that, is actually with the primary ancestor, Connor. His voice is magnificent, and I don't know if it was just the director wanting to make him sound more Native American, but they slow his cadence of speech down so much that sometimes I honestly feel like I'm watching a spaghetti western.
How?
White man, come with me. But I would call that a directing problem more than a problem with his performance.
So, with that, I see no reason that the audio for this game doesn't get 5 feathers. The gameplay for Assassin's Creed 3 takes some well-established formulas and then throws some new ingredients into the mix. Some of these are spectacular, and some of them are just plain confusing.
The free running...
Parkour.
Oh, now don't start that again. In this game is simply some of the best in the series.
I like how in-game they use emails to give you details on the upgrades.
And if you don't know Rebecca don't lie.
I have never had more fun free running
Parkour.
than I have in this game. With the great addition of traversing through the wilderness, I have never had so much fun moving through an open world environment.
The combat as well is the most sophisticated out. It is even more fluid and graceful than previous entries. And they push the envelope even still by adding the use of human shields and double counters.
The naval battles for this game, oh man, they're such a treat. Do you remember when Star Wars Battlefront 2 added space combat?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so good. It's just as perfectly implemented as that was.
You feel like a true ship captain. Whether you're firing a full broadside on an enemy ship,
Navigating through treacherous waters,
or boarding a rival's incapacitated vessel. I found some of these sequences to be the most enjoyable.
Ubisoft, if you're listening, let's talk. You need to make a pirate game, because clearly you know what you're doing. Now, the Assassin's recruiting element in this game, it's probably the worst one ever.
Well, it's really nice that now your recruits have full names and backstories and personalities. They're basically useless.
I mean, beyond the missions where they're first introduced and their skill sets can be used in that mission, outside of that realm,
you'll never call on them once. It is nice that they have a wide range of abilities now. You can tell them to snipe people. You can call them as bodyguards. You can have them lure people away. You can have them start a riot. But unless you purposefully set out to do so, there's no point.
the money management in this game is incredibly in-depth. No longer do you just go about buying shops and, you get money every 20 minutes. Now, there's a full-blown economy.
You now recruit artisans, buy materials from them, craft recipe items, and then ship them off by land or sea to whoever will pay the most for it, balancing risk and time with reward. Sounds simple, right? It's not.
No, it's not. As you gain more synchronization, you unlock in the game more recipes that require better materials.
Then you have to level your artisans.
Then you have to purchase the more expensive materials to then make the more expensive recipes.
You know what? It's in depth. You have to pay attention. It is a ton of fun, but after spending all that time number crunching and finding out the best way through trial and error to obtain 7 to 14,000 after 30 minutes while using a rather unfriendly menu system, you just have to wonder, is it worth it?
And the answer is no, because you don't need a whole lot of money in this game. Weapons, as usual, are varied and they're nice, but you can get most combat done without buying pricey gear. Schnuck.
Oh. Ship upgrades are really expensive, so it helps there, but there is a lot of money to be had just through playing the main quest and the chests littered throughout the game.
So while it is well thought out and really fun to do, if you don't want to make the effort to do the math, you really don't have to in this game.
Maybe with their pirate game?
Oh, yeah.
Ubisoft could also make an economy-based sim. Please use a better interface.
Hunting is another one of those activities in the game that's really well done, but honestly, there's no incentive to do it.
Oh, I know.
Outside of the few missions where it introduces it to you, you really don't need to do hunting.
Oh, I know. I mean, if you want, you can go through this marvelous experience of tracking and then baiting and snaring animals. Also, you can get a clean kill to get the choicest materials from them. Or you can run haphazardly through the forest, stabbing anything you see with your hidden blades, and get the exact same thing.
Okay, for real?
Yeah, so unnecessary.
We give gameplay 4 feathers.
With the story, suffice it to say, if you haven't played the rest of the games in this series, you're going to be really, really lost when it starts.
And in the middle.
And, yeah, probably the end.
The Assassin's Creed series has the most in-depth, psychologically stirring, involved, motivating plot lines of all time.
Again, people, this is high art. Every game in this series has left so many questions, so many conflicting emotions that it's no wonder that the culmination is this beautifully written.
You are Desmond Miles of the Assassins, trying to stop a world-ending event, all the while being obstructed and fighting against a much better funded Knights Templar.
This time around, Desmond descends into the Animus so he can find where his ancestor left the key for stopping this world-destroying event left to him by the first civilization.
The vessel this time around, Connor. The setting, the American Revolution.
Or as you British like to call it, the time those colonists got all uppity.
This is such a beautiful time frame to use, and honestly, I hope more games choose to use this period.
You know, Ubisoft has a great track record for taking real historical people and facts and implementing them into their games. First, I mean, come on, they start with Crusade-era Jerusalem. Then we move into Renaissance Italy. Now we're in the American Revolution.
And with so much more printing material to go off of, the team at Ubisoft really did a good job detailing all the events of that era.
Please make sure you talk to Ben Franklin
do
as much as possible. It's worth it, just saying.
Yeah.
Play the series.
Love the story.
It's that simple.
Story gets 5 feathers. As far as the replay value is concerned, like every other game in the series, once you beat it, there's not a lot of motivation to go back and play it again.
Outside of a few random collectibles, and unless you just have to get 100% synchronization on all the missions, it's really one and done.
Not much more to say.
Replay value gets 2 out of 5 feathers.
The multiplayer in this game is fun. It all revolves around you having a target, and you are a target. Sneak around,
Kill your opponent.
and hide from your pursuer.
Or just play like everybody else online and run around till you stab or get stabbed.
The multiplayer for this game is great, and it has traditional implementations. Deathmatch,
Team Deathmatch.
Capture the Flag
And Horde Mode.
are all present.
With the obligatory skill sets and unlocks as you level up.
It is fun to play, and I do enjoy it, but people, this is not a first-person shooter.
They really have a hard time figuring that out.
I know.
Multiplayer gets 3 feathers. So let's run it down.
Concept, 5 out of 5.
Visuals, 4 out of 5.
Audio, 5 out of 5.
Gameplay, 4 out of 5.
Story, 5 out of 5.
Replay value, 2 out of 5.
Okay. So, with a total game score of 25 out of 30,
And a multiplayer game score of 3 out of 5.
there is absolutely no reason why you should not go out and buy this game.
However, really, if you haven't played the rest of them, and I mean all of them, you need to play the whole series or really gonna be lost.
And if you need to pick up any of the games in the Assassin's Creed series, I know a place you can go.
All Your Base, where we buy, sell, and trade video games. We also have the best trade-in prices in town. Thanks for listening to the promo.
So, that was our thoughts on the game. What are yours? Leave a comment for us down below and let us know what you thought of Assassin's Creed 3 or the Assassin's Creed series in general.
Also, don't forget to subscribe and like us on Facebook.
With that, I'm OzEpicBlue,
And I'm Tiborius.
and you must never hesitate.
And in honor of our game today, nothing is true. Everything is permitted.
Word.
Oh, that was awesome.
Cut, print, that's right. Hello, and welcome to All Your Show, our Belong to Us. I said that right? Okay, yeah. Hello, and welcome to. Yeah.
Reading. It's the saving.
It's the saving.
Oh.
We got it.
The minute you laughed and said you were picking your nose, I totally knew what you were talking about. That booger would not go away. Shut up, phone. We're recording.
Parkour.
Free running.
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 Parkour.
Who said it twice?
you have. Yeah.
Oh, I have to
You want to
scream.
say? Yeah. You say parkour
Okay.
again. Sorry.
I was like, when are you gonna change it? When are you gonna change it?
You're Bugs Bunny. I'm Daft.
Okay.
Fire!
We're still recording? Okay. With a new addition of being able to... The vocal performances in this game, honestly, are some of the best I've ever heard.
No, it's got to be compelling.
Compelling.
They compel you.
Vocal performances in this game are the best I've ever
No,
heard.
compelling.
No, the word is actual compelling.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the word. No,
I thought you were telling me you have to be compelling.
No, the
Same
vocal.
feeling. The
I
vocal
liked it.
performances in this game are the best I've ever heard.
No, the vocal performances in this game are some of the most compelling.
Okay. The vocal performances in this game are some of the most compelling. All right.
Sound like my cat.
Yeah.
Just do it like this.
You are Desmond Miles of the Assassins Trying the World Destroying Event, single lighting of the much.
All right.